A recession or any type of market downturn can be a really stressful time. As unemployment rises, incomes fall, stock markets crash, bills continue rolling in. So it's only natural to be worried about your money.
We are going into a global recession.
The world is now in recession.
Recession in the next quarter or two.
On the brink of, dare we say it, another recession.
Given that economists are predicting a financial depression following the tidal wave of disaster caused by COVID-19, I wanted to find out how we can recession-proof ourselves.
I mean, rainy day savings is something it's always great to have when disaster happens. Sometimes it's in the form of a pandemic. Other times it's in the form of a broken down car or a major repair that you have to do.
That's Taylor, Finder's money specialist, talking about the importance of having an emergency fund. I asked him about how much money we should ideally have in our emergency savings.
Well, I mean, it's different for everybody, but 3 to 6 months of your living expenses is a good place to start. There might be people that are in the situation where they've just lost a job or they've had reduced hours or things like that. It's obviously harder to save when you're not making as much and you still have similar bills. But even putting away a little bit a week that goes to a separate savings account that's gaining interest.
While you want your savings account to have a high interest rate, the opposite actually goes for your credit card. If you're attracting interest or you have multiple credit card debts, it might be time to move them to a card with 0% on balance transfers. You won't pay any interest for a promotional period, and you'll get some breathing room to get your debt under control. Debt, cash, and savings are usually top of mind when we're talking about a recession. But you should be thinking about your superannuation too. Our banking editor, Alison, explains what we should do about our super.
The most important thing for anyone to be doing with their super at the moment, and this is actually important all the time, not just with a recession on our heels, but is to compare and consolidate. Not only is it just unnecessary having multiple funds, but it's actually really expensive because those fees will just continue to eat away at the balance that you do have. And by the time you retire, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of unnecessary fees.
As you might have seen in recent headlines, the federal government has announced that some Australians can access their super early to help people who are struggling financially in the midst of COVID-19. I wanted to find out how it works and if it's a good idea to withdraw your super.
If you're in real financial troubles, then maybe accessing some of your super early would be beneficial to help you, pay those ongoing bills that you need to pay. I think that it really should be a last resort for anyone considering this, because your super, it's there to fund your retirement. If you take some money out now, you're basically robbing your future self.
Looking at the ups and, mostly the downs of the stock market recently, investing is also a really hot topic right now. There were risks and potential returns of investing during a stock market crash. So we asked our investments editor,
is now the right time to invest?
Yeah, so I'd go to the point that it's really important right now not to get carried away with your emotions. Don't get swept up in the hype. Because when there's a really volatile market like this, it can be easy to, sell when the market has dropped, buy when the market is already high, which means you're locking in your losses. It's really important to have a strategy and stick to it. And if you want to start dipping your toes, especially for new investors, I'd suggest starting small, start building your portfolio slowly. Don't just put all your savings into one stock now or, a few stocks now, because we really don't know what's going to happen with this stock market. We know that every stock market crash rises eventually, but it could take a long time.
If you have invested in property or you're paying off your mortgage on your home, here's what our home loans expert had to say.
Right, well, it's pretty easy. The main tip for anyone who currently has a home loan is to check the interest rate and see if you can get a lower rate with a different loan and save a lot of money by getting lower repayments. Rates have fallen so much in the last year, basically. So what was if you had a 3.50% a year ago, that's actually not good. That was good then. Now it's not great. You could get 2.5 something. And that makes a big difference in your repayments. So look around and switch to a better, cheaper loan.
Now, we've covered a lot of tips around savings and debt, but what about ways to make more money?
Consider where else you can make income to sort of help yourself through a potential recession. And I'd start with looking at where the demand for work is right now. And on top of that, I'd say use that free time to upskill where you can. There's a lot of digital jobs out there. So for instance, writing, proofreading, design, video editing, and they're definitely things that you can learn. And there's a lot of online courses that you sort of use to supplement that.
Right now, it's really important that we remain proactive, stay on top of the news and what's changing when it comes to our money. There's really no better time to sort your finances than right now. These are just some of the things you can do to prepare your finances for a recession. But if you want to know more about any of these topics, listen to the full version on our podcast Pocket Money and check out our guide to recession proofing in the description below. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments.